Okay, no intro at all, because I didn't give myself enough time to even give you one. This is my going out tutorial. I actually went to an event, and this is the makeup that I wore to it. I just wanted to film it. So I'm prepping my under eyes with these Sephora under eye masks, the cucumber ones, which are just kind of nice because they catch any fallout. I'm priming with my P. Louise Rumor 1 eye base. Very, very light, very nice eye base. And then I'm using the Stone Cold Fox palette. Oh my God. From ColourPop, which is one of my favorite neutral palettes ever. And I really didn't have a plan for this at all. It's one of those things where you just start like putting stuff down on your face. This is always how I do my makeup, especially if I'm going to like an event or like out to dinner. Like every time I go out to dinner with my boyfriend, I'm just experimenting like every single time. So yeah, I'm kind of creating like sort of a cat eye halo, I guess you could call it, with like one of my favorite cool toned colors, and then just slowly building that up. I've been very into this kind of like using my lower lash line as my guide for my wings and doing sort of like smoky winged liner type looks. It's very Ziva inspired. Yeah, I'll obviously link everything down below because I'm not gonna be able to tell you everything. And I always just I really like pushing that area back in space, that area just above my lid on the corner, because I feel like if I don't, it really drags my eyes down, which I just don't really like. So there's a lot of back and forth here, kind of deciding like, okay, what kind of structure do I want to create? But then additionally, what kind of look am I trying to go for here? And obviously she wants smoky liner on the outer corner. So that's what we went for. And then, you know, I love kind of like deepening up that inner corner when you do sort of like the halo effect, because it just makes it very like sultry, you know, especially when you have like a nice wing situation happening and it's not creating just like a round look. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I like that lift. So yeah, building, more and more blending, adding shades. You guys know how a makeup look is created, right? Dude, another brush? You're using another brush? Like, can we move on to something else? Okay, cool. So now we're using the silver. Very, very nice. Look at that payoff. Love. Applies so nicely with my Sigma E54, which is one of my favorite brushes. So I kind of just like buffed this right in the center, like not necessarily like going over. See, I'm kind of like leaving gaps. I'm just buffing, because I'm into that undone stuff. And then just like, you know, blending around the edges so that it's not, I don't know why the color of this video is constantly changing. It's very irritating. Like, I don't know why it's so orange right now. Apologies. A little bit of liner again, because I don't know. Sometimes you get to a point and you're just like, wow, I need more contrast. And that's almost always my conclusion. So I'm going in with like eyeliner and then setting with a little bit of black powder. We can finally remove the under eye things. And then I'm priming my face with the MAC Radiance Primer, focusing that mostly on the outer perimeter of my face. And then I'm going to be color correcting with my Sicily. It's just a concealer. It's concealer in number 1, but it's a little bit peach. So, and it's a very, very nice like eye cream type formula. Very expensive. Don't necessarily not recommend. And then I'm using my Rare Beauty foundation in 170W, which is just a go-to. It's a nice color. It's a little bit yellow, but I feel like it always ends up looking very balanced at the end of my makeup routine. L'Oreal in Ivory, L'Oreal Infallible Concealer in Ivory, which is also just like a go-to. It's very full coverage, super affordable. And yeah, I've just been kind of like focusing my concealer in those areas, depending on like, you know, how much coverage I need in other places. And then for whatever reason, I decided to contour the sides of my face like that. I was kind of trying something. This was actually like shortly after my Miley Cyrus tutorial. And I'm kind of going in with the contour everywhere, which looks way more orange than it actually is because the lighting in this video, for whatever reason, is completely horrible, and I apologize for that. I recently changed my lighting actually, so hopefully that helped. This is a slightly older video that I completely forgot about and almost didn't upload. So yeah, you're seeing it. But yeah, the contour routine is essentially like the same kind of since I stopped doing the skull contour technique. You know what it's like, dude. You gotta contour that bottom lip, gotta give yourself a little bit of a contour mustache up top. This is where things start to come together. For contouring my nose, I'm using the Julep eyeshadow stick. Because it's an eyeshadow stick, I have to start blending immediately. So that's why I kind of like, I don't draw the whole thing out. I kind of like put it down and start blending in sections. Half Magic. I can't remember what the name is. Obviously, I'll link it down below. But loving the Half Magic blushes. So many blushes. I've got so many blushes that are like very similar formulas now. But that's a really pretty one. And then spot concealing, obviously. Once I have all of my stuff on, I like to mix a little bit of a custom concealer. And I have been using the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. This is the Airbrush Flawless whatever, but it's the lightest one, which I really appreciate that she came out with, because all the other, like the lightest one that she had before was way too dark. So I'm using like a really tiny blending brush. This isn't a really old brush from Morphe that I've just had for years, and kind of amping up my bronzer, setting my cream bronzer, or warming up, I guess, because I didn't go in with cream bronzer, I went in with contour. e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder, and then building up that blush a little bit with, I believe that was a NARS palette. So, you know, light layers, light layers. That's how I do glam. That's how we do glam up in here. Oh dude, Champagne Pop. I hadn't used it in such a long time, and I was just like, why not? Let's put a little glow on these cheeks. You know what I'm saying? So I did it pretty much like over my blush, and then Rare Beauty Enlighten highlighter, which, I mean, I really just can't stop using these highlighters. They're just like so beamin' and fantastic. I love them. Like a little bit goes such a long way. So I'm popping that all around. Nose, inner corner, brow bone, obviously. And then I think am I gonna top my cheekbones? Because I feel like I'm gonna top my cheekbones. So like, yeah, top those cheekbones. You know what I mean? You need dimension and depth, and why not use 2 highlighters? Like there's really just, you know, no reason not to. De-Slick from Urban Decay. I find that the other ones, for whatever reason, make me oily. And then the Model Rock Cosmetics brow pencil. I have just been using this like crazy. It's just like such a good color. This is the shade Ash Brown. So yeah, just going in and doing some sketching out the overall shape, blending it out, setting with my Pears soap and my Sigma Lash and Brow Comb Brush, or whatever the hell it's called. It's just a spoolie. Any spoolie, but I like this one because it's pretty small and it's nice and like, it's thin and detailed. So I don't know, I just feel like I have a little bit more control over where the product goes, which is just useful. So setting those brows, and then curling with my REPHR lash curler as always. And then I'm going in with my Wayne Goss mascara, which was very exciting because I had misplaced this for a while and I was like, where are you? And then I found it. Such a good mascara, and it's just like so incredibly waterproof. Okay, I guess I decided that I was going to fill my brows with the Melt Cosmetics brow pen before I did my lower lashes. Oh, which are magically done. So there's that. This is the LH Cosmetics, Linda Hallberg. I can't remember what the color is, but once again, I'll link it down below, but it's such a nice nude color. It like matches my lip color almost perfectly. And then I'm going in with MAC Stone, I believe, to do a little bit of contouring. These were some plump Insta Glam lips, bro. Like, I really liked it. I went in with Untold Stories by Revlon, which like is looking so incredibly pink here. It's not that pink. And then did a little bit of cleanup. I actually really liked this makeup. Like the combination, my skin, the eye, just that shot in general. Bro, are you kidding me? I do regret using concealer. I think it was a little bit too light to be cleaning up my lips, but like the foundation probably would have been a little bit better. And then since I was going to like a fancy club, I decided to put in the Rare Beauty earrings that they got me, or that they sent me in the highlighter package. So cute. Yeah, and that's that, dude. I am freaking glam and like club ready. I'm just wearing a Skims top also, by the way. Yeah, I love this look. It's kind of similar to the New Year's Eve look that I wore this year, but just a little bit more like blown out, basically. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see next. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, all the things. If you recreate this, tag me in anything you might be posting. And I will see you in the next video.